Hey, welcome into Court Cowboy. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. It's going to be a tight show, pretty quick show. We're just going to do a couple of recaps and a couple of picks, and then we'll be out. And then we'll look to the next round and get more picks in. But I just want to recap a bit. The two matches that I found to be the most entertaining, maybe of any matches I've watched all year, was Berrettini and Fees, and then Dimitrov and Menšík. Really enjoyed those matches. I mean, Wimbledon's to me the best tournament to watch, not only for the history, the tradition, but a lot of different ways it's the best. And one thing is just the way the ball shows up on the TV with that green backdrop makes it easy to see and follow. But just the kind of game that the grass rewards and the kind of matches it produces, I really enjoy it. I enjoy all the variety. I enjoy there's such an urgency, it seems, not only to the gravity of the tournament being the most coveted of all tournaments. It's the birthplace of tennis. It's the most regal of venues you could ever ask for, but that obviously adds a certain element of urgency. But I think you can always get a bounce that doesn't necessarily bounce true on the grass, and then it's always who's gonna transition, who's gonna take the initiative. And there's so many different ways to win points, I feel like, on grass. And it really brings the slice to life, and it adds an element, opens up, makes it necessary to defend, I think, even more the court. So I just enjoy grass court tennis, I think, more than any other surface. Clay can be a bit of a slog, of course. It's entertaining, obviously, but hard court is obviously entertaining, but it's a bit of a rally tolerant sort of ball machine game, especially in comparison to grass. So grass is by far the most fun to watch, and I enjoy these matches. First of all, Berrettini and Fees. Fees looks back. He doesn't seem to be hampered by the back. He was looking athletic out there, explosive off both wings, and just an explosive athlete. And it was just great to see Berrettini sort of take an edge with his variety. Love his drop shot, the way he can inject it at any time, and kind of the way he hits it. He just sort of takes the speed, takes a lot of the initiative off the ball. He's not, say, carving the ball as Alcaraz doesn't initiate much action on the ball. So he does it, you have to be even more deft with your hands, I think, to execute a drop shot in that manner, and he does it so effectively. And he can do it at any time, obviously, in great hands around the net. It's hard to imagine that, was it 2021, 5 years ago, he was in the final. He just hasn't really been himself since, seemingly. He's had a lot of injuries. Maybe his mental game hasn't always been at the top, but he seems to be back, seems to be enjoying what he's doing. He's all aspects of his game seem to be firing on all systems. So it's just great to see, and I can't wait to see him against Dimitrov. In the Dimitrov match against Menšík, again, so entertaining. The way Dimitrov really executed his game plan, it looked like to really attack that Menšík forehand. That slice he hits down the line is pure and clean and so tough on grass, magnified on grass. So tough for Menšík to deal with, to take those balls off his shoe tops. And Dimitrov got so many short balls from it. He got some errors from it. And then those cross-court forehand exchanges, I felt like Dimitrov had the upper hand there. So really just attacking that forehand was his really key to victory, and he executed it. And it's just great to see him back from that terrible pec injury last year. I think it was fourth round against Sinner, when he had Sinner on the ropes. Looks like he could have been on his way to winning that match. So it really looks like he's just now getting back to himself. So we'll see. I think it's going to be a very tightly contested match. It's going to go in the fifth set. Who's that going to favor? Is a 35-year-old Dimitrov, who hasn't had a ton of tennis this year. Is that gonna be a really tough for him to overcome in the fifth set? Does he have enough gas in the tank? Berrettini, who's overcome injuries, and obviously the bigger man, is he going to be the one that holds up in the fifth? I'm not entirely sure, but I'm going to go with Berrettini in this match. I think he's minus 160. And Dimitrov, depends on where you look, he's anywhere from 110, plus 110 to 130. So a really tight match. It's almost a toss-up, but I like Berrettini. I like that serve on the whole. I like the variety he injects more so. I like that drop shot. And I don't know, I think in a couple of places he could get in trouble, obviously on that backhand. He always has to defend that backhand. His slice is so effective on grass, excellent slice, but he gets on the back foot a little bit with that slice. It can float, it can be attacked, it's vulnerable a bit. But I think he's gonna have enough. He obviously he's great about running around that backhand, but I think he's gonna have enough to get through just with the power, the heaviness in that backhand. I think he's gonna get, on that forehand, he's gonna get the better, I believe, of those forehand to forehand cross-court exchanges, just ever so slightly against Dimitrov. So I like Berrettini. I'll take him minus 160. Second match I'm gonna pick here. Wait, so sorry, I forgot to put on McCoy here. Let's recap that just to be sure. And then we're gonna come out with that tabulation I mentioned where we're gonna track all the picks. We're gonna have the Wonderlic side with the odds incorporated. Then we're gonna have just the Tarzan win-loss side, but that'll be coming up in the next week or so. But just to recap, it's Berrettini minus 160. And then the next one we're going to look at is another match that really I'm looking forward to is Bublik and Tiafoe. And this is another going to be a great match to watch, a chess match. But I like the Tiafoe coming off his biggest win ever at Halle on grass. He's riding high. The confidence is high. I think he's ready to saddle up and take this baby home. I'm taking Tiafoe. He's, I believe, minus 130. And Bublik's either even or plus 110. But we're going to go Tiafoe 130, minus 130. I think his athleticism, just the high he's on. Bublik's going to be tough to beat. He has a lot of guile. He can definitely beguile his opponents with maybe an underhanded serve or his drop shots. Or he's got a lot of, he's always thinking out there. So he's going to be tough to overcome. But I think Tiafoe's he's going to continue to ride into this tournament. So those are my two. We'll come back soon and we'll do another set of picks. McCoy we'll get back in the saddle with McCoy and we'll see how we can just continue to ride it out in this tournament. Thanks a lot. We'll see you soon. Subscribe, comment, like. Love to hear from you. See you on the next one.